Today is the day we've been waiting for. Not only do I have Division 4 rival rewards, I've got the upgraded version of the rewards as well. I had to go out and win 15 games, which gives us 30K, a 75 plus times 25, 75 plus times 15 tradable, 35K pack tradable, a team of the week pack, a tradable player pick. Let's hop into these packs. But on top of that today, we've got to hop in to the trading. I have not very many coins left, and there's a good reason for that. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm putting my coins into, including today we're talking about an insane leaked SBC. But first, let's rip this player pick. 1 of 4, 84 plus. Drop a like on the video right now to give me a little bit of good luck. Here we go. Hook me up. It's going to be... I know damn well one of you guys didn't like the video because that was not luck whatsoever. That was just a warm-up. Now we're on to the big packs. Here we go. Let's rip the Team of the Week player pack. I mean, there's a lot of good cards in the first 3 teams. Oh, Salah! No, it's not Salah. What am I? Salah didn't even get a Team of the Week. Why am I freaking out about Egypt? Salah doesn't have a Team of the Week yet this year. All right, I didn't get Salah. On to the 75 plus times 25. I mean, obviously we have to get a walkout here. I genuinely didn't see the walkout symbol. I'm not even kidding. Did I get a walkout? Casimir's like 84, isn't he? This may be the worst start to any of my YouTube videos I've ever had. Come on, EA, please, for the love of God, give me something. 83. If you don't give me anything in this pack, I don't think it's a walkout. I genuinely... Like, this is nobody. This is Ruben Neves. You're telling me I grinded 45 points in Division 4 Rivals for that? Let's move on to the market before I crash out here. If you want coins quick, then Loot Bar is what you're looking for. Not only are they already cheaper than the other platforms, but when you use my code Nitro, you're going to get another 8% off of that and 5% more coins than what you bought. It has great reviews, big creators use it, and you get your coins within a few minutes. So if you need quick coins, Loot Bar is the place to go. Division rival rewards have come and the market has crashed, which is exactly what we were expecting before this market inflation that we're going to get on Thursday night, Friday, even with rttk 2. A lot of these cards should go up in price because of how much demand there's going to be for weekend league teams. That starts tomorrow, and people are going to be juicing their squads in order to get the best rewards. That's also going to have an impact on the market in terms of buying power. So what we're going to see is a little bit of the market separation. A lot of the lower rated, low tier, cheap cards are going to go down, and a lot of the high tier, expensive cards are going to go up. There's going to be a separation between the two. Now, I may have made some mistakes with my investments today, especially given what I just said, but we'll get into that because let's talk about some of the W's first because we've got Adeyemi. Adeyemi, we've got 6 of them, 1 in my team, 1 I just sold so I could buy another Griezmann, which I'll show you him in a second. But we got Adeyemi cards for about 106,000 coins on average, and if we take a look at what his card has gone to over the course of the last couple of days, it is straight to the moon. 144,000 coins for him, and Rodman, similar, not quite as much of a percentage of rise, but I could sell her for about 196,000 coins right now. I wouldn't be surprised if she hits 200K within the next hour. These cards are going up because they are out of packs and they're good, very usable cards going into Weekend League. This meta of the L1 Sprint Boost has cards like Adeyemi skyrocketing in price, and people are going to want him during Weekend League. So I sold 1 so I could reinvest, but I'm going to keep the other ones even longer. But I also went out and picked up a couple of Ter Stegens. This is because we're expecting a couple of La Liga-based SBCs coming very soon. We've talked about the possible Mbappe Player of the Month, which could also be a Lamine Yamal Player of the Month, which could also be an Inaki Williams Player of the Month. We actually have no idea who's going to win it. Now, if it's Lamine Yamal, that would be great because of the Barcelona link. But we're also expecting Eva Pajor, the Polish striker from the women's Barcelona team, to win the Liga F Player of the Month, which is another Barcelona player, and those cards get links to each other. Then there's also another SBC that is leaked now, coming out on Friday. Most likely, we saw Jota last Friday. It's going to be Nico Williams. This card we knew about over the last couple of days. We didn't know it was going to be an SBC. Now it's confirmed, and this card is going to be absolutely insane. There are going to be so many people that go out and do this SBC, but is it going to be worth it? Will they make it good value? Well, if they make it good value, that means Nico Williams' gold card is going to drop in price, and so will a lot of the other left wings in the game. Maybe even Adeyemi. But if it's overpriced, what we're going to see is a rebound for Nico Williams' gold card and not a lot of impact on the complementary links. The complementary links are only going to go up in price if this is a good value SBC that's affordable, and a lot of people do it. Because if a lot of people do it and they need to link him with other La Liga players, then those other La Liga players will go up in price. And that's kind of the reason I went for Ter Stegen. Now, you could also go for, there's a Spanish goalkeeper, and I forget his name. He's very good. He's like 86 rated this year. But if you remember his name, comment down below. But he also gets a very good link to Nico Williams. And so that's another card that you guys could go out and get. Now, I also picked up 4 Greasy Griezmanns. We've got him for 99,000 coins, 97K, 98K, and 98K. This card, just as meta as it was last year. The Finesse Shot Plus is still as annoying as it was last year, and I've played against him a few times, and he's one of my least favorite players to go up against, which means I think a lot of people are going to go out and buy this Griezmann card. And so when this market rebounds, I think Griezmann's going to be one of the cards that starts going up in price. And as you can see, I got him for about 98K on average. He's about 105 right now, and I think that could go even higher. So pretty good rebound already. We're already in profit. Now we've also got some Tchouaménis. We've got about 10 of these cards. It looks like exactly 10 Tchouaménis. This is where I went wrong. I shouldn't have gone Tchouaméni because I was between him or Frimpong. And so I was kind of between the two. Do I go for Tchouaméni or do I go for Frimpong? And I got caught up in the hype a little bit, and Frimpong ended up going from, it looks like 34,000 coins, 33,000 coins, and skyrocketed up to about 42,000 coins already. Could go even higher. Whereas Tchouaméni, who is in packs, this card is in packs, and of course, Frimpong is out of packs. This card I got for about 30,000 coins each. He's 32K, which means technically I'm making like 1,500 coins a card. But in comparison, not as good of a call on my part. And the reason I went with Tchouaméni is because we saw a little bit of a rebound before the rival rewards. He hit 35K, and then he dropped right down to 30,000 coins again. I was like, okay, that rebound is inevitable. He's got to hit 35K again, which is very probable. He probably will hit 35K again today. But the thing is, Frimpong would have been so much better. So now we learn that those out-of-pack investments are definitely better to go for, especially when they're the gold cards. And he's such a similar kind of type card. He's very meta. He obviously is a lot quicker, but that card being out of packs at 84 rated, better than this 85 rated in packs. Well, we're still going to make coins on Tchouaméni, don't get me wrong, but definitely could have made more on Frimpong, and that's where I took a little bit of an L. Then I also went out and made some risks. I wanted to go for some low budget cards. Obviously, I don't have a ton of Udogis and Upamecano's because they're only going for like, 4.5 thousand coins, and hopefully he'll go over 5K. But I wanted to take a risk on some of the lower budget ones, because if we take a look at last week's lower budget cards, they did very, very well. These cards last week rebounded super well. Endrick is 3,000 coins right now, which honestly could be a good shout, because last week he did the exact same thing. He went from 10K, he went down all the way to 5.7K, and again, that's the average for the hour. That's not actually the cheapest he went during that hour. And then he rebounded from 5.7 all the way up to 9,000 coins on Thursday night. So that's a definite W if you wanted to go in on those investments right there. And he's kind of doing the same thing right now. And if you guys have my notifications on for the YouTube channel and you're watching this soon, this could be another shout. I mean, the card was 6.9K before rewards, and now he's down to 3,000 coins. I think that this Endrick card could see a rebound. Are we expecting him to go back to 7K? Honestly, probably not, but it's very probable that he hits like 4,000, maybe even 4.5 or 5,000 coins, a similar rebound to what we saw last week. But just understand, these low-rated cards are probably going to rebound less and less and less every week until they just stay discard price the entire time. So just make sure that you guys are being safe with that. You can probably get them on bid for a little bit cheaper. So that's where my coins went, and that's where I'm going to sell all of my cards, is before the marquee matchup rewards today on some of them, and then some of them I'm also going to sell on Thursday night. I'm probably not going to hold too many of these into content on Friday, because once we get the RTTK 2 hype and we get new SBCs, anything could happen to the market, and I want to be liquid going into that so I can make new investments and new quick flips with rttk2. We know that we want to flip cards like the new promo cards every Friday, and so I want to be liquid for that. So I'm probably going to sell before marquee matchups on some of the cards, and then some of them I'm going to wait until Thursday night. If you take a look at some of the graphs last week for the investments that we made, we could even use Chouameni as an example for this. But Chouameni, we actually picked up a few of him last week as well. And his card, last Thursday, he got down to 27,000 coins. He rose back up to about 38K. And then after marquee matchups, he went back down to about, 35,000 coins. So you could sell beforehand, and then, later in the night, he's probably going to rebound back up. We did just take a look at that Endrick card, and we saw that before marquee matchups came out, which is tradable card supply, we saw that the Endrick card hit about 8.5 thousand coins, but then when that supply came, he went back down to 7.1. So it would have been better to sell there, buy back, and then sell again later in the night. It would make more sense because the tax at that price is only about 400 coins, which means that you're getting 8,100 per card, buying them for 7,100 per card. So you're making 1,000 more profit on every single card, assuming that you're able to time it decently, correctly before marquee matchups and after marquee matchups. So a lot of coins still to be made today. Make sure you're being alert. Make sure you're quick flipping cards after marquee matchups. If you're online at 6 p.m. UK, look for some deals, pick them up, and then sell them later in the night. You don't even have to hold them all that long. Now let's go ahead and talk about Road to the Knockouts. This was a huge talking point for us this week, and it's finally time to buy. I've been telling you guys, wait. You can pull the trigger now. One of my favorite cards here actually is Frimpong, 525,000 coins. Obviously, I don't have the coins liquid to buy him right now, but take a look at that. This card took a little longer to drop, and now he is down to 525,000 coins. I mean, right now he's still going down, so he could get even lower before he rebounds. But I do like this card a little bit because it's one of the cards that people are definitely going to be more inclined to use. He's got a +6 on physicality, +5 on defense, +4 dribbling, +4 passing, +4 on shooting. And obviously, the most appealing part about that card is the pace. But he's been very expensive all week, and this is the lowest he's been, which is what we expected. And that's going to be the case for a lot of these cards. If we take a look at Van de Beek, this would be the time to pull the trigger on him as well. Looks like he's down to about 13.75K. That's probably about as close to discard prices you're going to get from him. But are these cards going to just skyrocket on Thursday? I don't think so. I think they're going to stay relatively low for the course of Thursday, maybe even Friday, and then once Saturday comes along, I think these cards are going to start rising. But you have to understand, these are still in packs. They're still going to be impacted by marquee matchups, and then when rttk2 rolls around, even though they get pulled out of packs on Friday, there's still going to be a lot of hype around it, and there's going to be a little bit of panic selling as well. So I think that you guys should get in right now if you have the coins liquid, but if you wanted to wait even till Saturday, you're still going to get a good deal. It's like you might be paying 5% more on a card, maybe 10% more on some of the cards, but you're not going to be paying a ton more on these cards. They're not going to shoot up automatically. And to be quite honest with you guys, I don't really love the rttk upgrade path this year. If we look at the rttk tracker, for these cards, I mean, they have to get 3 wins or score in 4 matches, which means that the earliest that some of these cards could get an upgrade is going to be in about 3 weeks. That's the earliest an upgrade can come. Now, that doesn't stop people from going out and buying some of these cards, right? If we take a look at Sheshko, this guy scored a goal today. Now, I don't know why people went out and panic bought him other than the fact that they just do not understand how this works. But he was at about 82,000 coins and he shot up to 104K. Now looking at that graph, it doesn't look like a lot, but think about it. You're getting him at 80K. You're selling him at 105, basically. You're getting almost 20,000 coin profit every single card. And there was zero reason for that card to rise in the first place. Him scoring makes really no difference on his upgrade right now. Even if they had won the game, he wouldn't have gotten upgraded for another 3 weeks minimum. And he just shot up in price. So there are definitely times where these cards are going to shoot up in price just because the Timmies out here are going to pick those cards up every time they see him find the back of the net. But quite frankly, the upgrade path is kind of crap in comparison to recent years. So I'm not sure they're going to have as much hype as they've had in previous years. I'm not sure they're going to get as much of a boost in price. I'm not sure they're going to go to the moon. They are definitely going to make us profit, but I just don't know if it's going to be as much as previous years. Now, Frimpong, on the other hand, is the closest to getting an upgrade, and Bayer Leverkusen are a spectacular team. I mean, we've seen they've lost like 2 games in the last year and a half. It's incredible. They're 1 win away from getting him his first upgrade, and then you only have to wait like 2 more weeks for the second upgrade, which is score in 4 different matches, assuming they can get a goal against Liverpool, which isn't guaranteed, but likely either way for this team. He could get up to a 90 rated a little bit sooner. I think this is one of my favorites right there as an investment out of packs. Then you've got, Ollie Watkins, they're home against Bologna. They're probably going to win that game, especially if they can beat Bayern Munich at home. That card could get an upgrade a little bit sooner. So if we're thinking about long-term investments, these are the cards that you want to go in on, the cards that could get the upgrade sooner, rather than having to wait until November for their first upgrade like Lang, even though Lang's card is super cheap right now. Actually, if you can get this card for 11K or less, just buy as many as you can. There's literally no risk with it, and I think that people are sleeping on this card. Even he is, if you take a look at the dynamic image. Great investment right there. Team of the Week 3 is another topic that we've got to talk about today. We've got ourselves a new set of cards right here, and a lot of people are asking, should I buy these cards during rewards? Should I buy these cards over the weekend? No. Wait until next week. When I made my investment on Adeyemi, I waited until he was out of packs by a couple of days, actually. I waited until Adeyemi was right about, let's see. So he had already gotten to about right, I think it was, where did we get him? It was like 105K. I think he was like right here. So I may have been a little late. But as you can see, this card was already out of packs, and then he dropped a ton in price. He was actually 89,000 coins. He wasn't even in packs at that point. The lowest he had been since Monday while he was in packs. So that card was super cheap even after he was out of packs, and we're seeing the exact same thing from Team of the Week 2. If you take a look at like Bremer, for example, you're not really missing out on a ton. This Bremer card stayed flatline for the entire week, and right now, he's starting to maybe look up in price, but he's out of packs now. And so I think that this Bremer card could start rising now. If you're looking for investments in Team of the Week, go Team of the Week 2 right now. Go for Wirtz, go for Bremer, go for, I don't really love Elise's card, but he is, Bayern Munich French and decent stats. So he could go up from 25K. Maybe even Luis Diaz. I think Mateo is underrated, both as an SBC fodder card and just in-game. She looks usable. And then on the bench, you have Nicholas Jackson. 15K is a little bit much. I wouldn't be spending over like 13.5, but that's another option. Go for Team of the Week 2 if you're investing right now. Don't go for Team of the Week 3. We've talked a lot about the Player of the Month La Liga and Liga F, which are probably both coming out this weekend, maybe on Friday. That would be a lot of La Liga content on Friday if we get Nico Williams, Liga F, and La Liga Player of the Month all on the same day. But it's very possible that that happens. But what we're not talking about enough is the fact that Player of the Month is going to start flooding into the game, because we just got a Serie A Player of the Month. Last week, we got Erling Haaland. Now we're getting La Liga. And then next week, the next month Player of the Months are going to come out, because you have to understand that we got August Player of the Month late. And now we're going to get September's Player of the Month next week. So we're going to have back-to-back Player of the Month SBCs. And for Serie A, you've got cards like Bremer, Pulisic, who hopefully he wins. Captain America, baby. Gotta rep the USA. Either way, it's probably going to have an impact on fodder. So if you wanted to go in on an investment that has absolutely no risk and you could hold these cards for a little bit, well, they're low right now. You've got 88 rated cards for 14,000 coins, 87s for 9,000 coins, 86 for 5,000 coins. You could even go 85s if you wanted to, 2.9 thousand coins. I'm not sure I would touch the 83s or 84s unless you want to go heavily unassigned and just buy thousands of these cards. But it's an option, and you could even go up to the 89 rated cards as well. Now, if we get an Mbappe SBC, there's not going to be a lot of people that do that SBC, but the people that do that SBC are going to need a lot of 89 rated cards. So I guess those cards could go up as well. I'm probably going to stick somewhere in the middle for those cards, maybe 86 and 87 rated, but it's kind of just a lottery pick, and every single one of them is going to go up in price. It's just about picking the one that goes up the most in price, and that's hard to predict because in the end, it comes down to EA's requirements on the SBCs. And now we also have the nominees for the Premier League Player of the month of September. It's going to be Diaz, Gabriel, Gravenberch, Palmer, maybe McNeil or Watkins, Raul Jimenez. He's making a comeback. I would assume it's Cole Palmer going to win it. His 4-goal game is probably going to put him over the edge, but let me know who you think will win it. The SBCs are on their way, boys. One thing to remember, though, guys, is FUT Champion starts in 20 hours. Probably less for a lot of you guys watching this video right now. So that is going to have an impact on the game. Throughout the day, people are buying their teams, which is going to cause a market inflation, which is exactly what the last video was titled and about, and basically what we were preparing for today. So that is going to have a big impact on the market, but so are the FUT Champs rewards. People are going to be getting tradable packs in return, and that's going to supply the market differently from what we saw last week. So we've got to adapt a little bit, and to be honest with you guys, I'm not going to take too many risks. I am going to sell on Thursday night. I'm not going to hold my investments too long, and I'm going to get out before it gets risky, because these FUT Champions rewards could do one of two things. They could bring more supply, bring prices down, or they could bring more buying power and bring big prices up. But you also have to consider a lot of people that finish their FUT Champions games could also list up their players onto the market once they're done with them, and that could add supply as well. So all of that combined makes me not want to really take a risk into this weekend. So I'm going to sell all of my cards by Thursday night. But you guys, if you're picking up out-of-pack investments, they are much less risky, and you don't really have to worry as much about it. But for even my Adeyemi cards, I'm probably going to be selling. It was a long video today, but drop a like if you enjoyed it. It was a lot to cover. It was a lot of fun to talk about everything in today's video. And if you want to see all of the leaked RTTK Team 2 and everything that we've talked about in terms of the next promo, you can check out yesterday's video as well. Subscribe to Nitro Gaming down below and drop a comment on what you got in your Division Rival rewards, because I hope they were better than mine. I'll see you guys tomorrow.